Hey everyone, and welcome to the Carmel Ice Stadium, where we are here for the Junior Fuel as they are getting ready to take on the Bloomington Blades. It looks like we have one player who's not going to be skating with us today, and it does look like it is Harrison Lucas is not going to be skating with us today. Let's see if we can't talk to Harrison and see what's going on here. I'm going to turn this around here. The kids are doing their warm-up and everything, and we're going to get started here in just a minute. Are you going to go get started? Hey, Harrison. Yeah. You got a second to talk to us? Hey, Harrison, so what's going on? Why are we not dressed for this game?
Well, down in the offensive zone, I got a puck to the back of my knee.
Ooh, ouch. A puck to the back of the knee cannot feel good. All right, so we're going to be taking a seat for this game here.
Yeah.
All right, are we getting some ice on that and getting some massages in on it?
Yeah, I took Advil and got some ice on it.
Good. All right. Well, hopefully you'll be able to get some rest tonight, so you'll be ready to go against Columbus tomorrow, right? Yep. Excellent. Well, thanks a lot. You've been a lot of fun to watch these games. It's great watching the line with you and Mick and Keegan out there. What do you think is one of the strong points of your line that you have out there?
I really think it's just kind of the hockey sense that you have to be able to go down in the corner, work it, and then put it in front of the net.
Yeah.
Eventually the puck goes in the net.
I would agree with that. You guys have a great net presence there in terms of passing back and forth and knowing how it needs to be played out. So, well, get better soon, Harrison, and we'll hope to see you out on the ice tomorrow against Columbus, okay? Excellent. Thank you. All right, guys, that was Harrison Lucas. He is going to be sitting out this game, but he'll be on the bench here cheering his team on. So let's go down for the lineup for today's the second game here against the Bloomington Blades. Number 2, Tyler Hublar. Number 3, Aiden Kerins. Number 4, Owen Mason. Number 13, Noah Robbins. Number 21, Mick Webb. Number 22, Taryn Hoster. Number 24, Chase Poole. Number 29, Marco Preston. Number 30, goalie, Alex Borgert. Number 52, Scotty Craft. Number 59, Logan Dietz. Number 62, Matthew Nelson. Number 70, Finn Smith. Number 77, inactive, Harrison Lucas. Number 81, Deagan Baker. Number 92, Keegan Merriman. Number 95, Kellen Dych. Head coach, Mark Dych. Assistant coach, Chad Dietz. Assistant to the assistant, Chris Lucas. Here's our referees for this game here. And let's hope for a great, clean game today, guys. 40 seconds left to go in this warm-up between the Bloomington Blades and the Junior Fuel. The first game of the series today, the Blades took the first game with a score of 3-2. That third goal from the Blades coming late into the third period, as the first 4 goals, 2 from the Fuel and 2 from the Blades, came in early in the first period. The second period was scoreless. The end of the game was a little bit contentious with some heated words, heated exchanges. Penalties really hurt the Junior Fuel here in the first game, but hopefully they will have kind of taken from that first game to know exactly how this needs to be played out. So just so you know, for tomorrow is our last home games of the regular season, where the Junior Fuel will be taking on the Columbus Flames. First game is at 8:20 a.m. and the second game is our Fill the Tank game starting at 11 a.m. So please fill the tank. We want as many of you guys to come out and support these players, to show your support, to show how much you've appreciated their play throughout the course of the season, and come out and cheer them on in person. We would love to have you again at the fuel tank tomorrow at 11 a.m. as the puck drop. Bring your cowbells, bring your air horns, bring everything that you can in order to cheer these kids on. All right, so here we go. We're getting ready for the puck drop. Kerins in at center with Preston and Dietz up top. And we've got Craft and Hublar in on defense. Fuel win that face-off. Dietz has the puck, trying to get it away from Bloomington. Bloomington ends up coming up with it. Comes along the far side boards, around the back side of the net. Crossing around the side there, trying to get a pass into center. And the Fuel come up with it on the near side boards. Pass it up to the side, and the puck pops out into center ice. Scrum up against the side boards on it with Preston and number 14. And Bloomington takes a go in, takes a shot on goal, and it's a deflection from Hublar right off of Borgert. Borgert drops and covers off of the rebound from the back boards. Change of lines for the offense. In on offense, Baker's going to take the face-off in absence of Harrison Lucas. Merriman to the top. Merriman and Webb. Merriman's going to take the face-off with Baker at the bottom and Webb up top. Merriman wins that face-off, but it is backhanded into the glove of Borgert. 11 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in this first period here, and the face-off's coming just to the right of Borgert.
Deagan back.
Baker's in for the face-off now at this point. Face-off comes in, lost by the Fuel, and it comes off the side over to Bloomington. Bloomington takes it around and tries to get a shot off on goal, and it does not happen. Fuel have it up against the far side boards, fighting for it with Bloomington. Bloomington tries to get it out, but Baker has it, passes across ice to Webb. Webb has it, takes it across the blue line. Webb goes in, tries to get a pass center of into the center ice, has it around the side there, tries to get it over. Baker's got it, tries to get it to Merriman, centering pass on it, and it is deflected by the Bloomington goalie. Bloomington has the puck coming up down the far side ice. Hoster in on defense and trying to deflect it, and they chase it down around the backside of the net. Dych around the backside trying to get to it, trying to protect it, and the Fueler trying to get out along the side there. Puck comes up loose right at the blue line, and they try to go in, take a shot on goal, and it's deflected, and a save by Borgert. 10 minutes, 25 seconds left to go in this first period. We are scoreless. In for the face-off now is Kerins with Nelson up top, Smith at the bottom. Poole and Robbins in on defense. Kerins wins the face-off, comes around the backside of the net. Where Poole's trying to get to it. Puck comes up around to Borgert. Borgert knocks it back over to Poole. Poole gets knocked up against the boards and he's down. He gets back up though. Puck come down around the side of the ice, and we've got icing. It's coming back around.
You gotta be quicker to help. All right? You see him in the corner, you gotta go.
Face-off coming just to the left of ice of Borgert. Nelson in for face-off with Smith and Mason, top and bottom. Hublar and Craft on defense. Hublar loses the face-off. Bloomington's able to get a quick shot off of the face-off, and it goes in right behind Borgert. Bloomington goes up with the score of 1-0. All right. Here we go, in for the face-off. Kerins in for the face-off with Dietz up top, Preston down below, Dych and Hoster in on defense. Kerins loses the face-off, goes over to Bloomington. Bloomington passes it up against the far side boards, and Hoster loses control of the puck, but Hublar is there to pick it up. Hublar passes it over to Preston. Preston tries to get his shot off into center ice. Doesn't make it as Bloomington sends it all the way around the sideboards. Hoster there ready to pick it up. Unfortunately, she's not able to get to it. Preston tried to fight for it, but Bloomington comes up with it. Dych sends it out back into center ice, and Bloomington's got it up against the boards. Kerins is there trying to get to it. And the puck pops back out to center ice. Bloomington's got it. Preston's trying to challenge. Bloomington takes it into the fuel zone, goes around the side there, and Preston backhands it, tries to get it out, and is unsuccessful in doing so. Hoster's trying to get it around the side there, but can't get to it. Looking for hooking, and Borgert drops and covers. 9 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in this first period, and the Junior Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 1-0. In for the face-off now is Baker with Webb and Merriman up top and bottom. We've got Hublar. Hubler's hopping out for the time being.
Hublar! No, go through there! Locker room B!
Hubler stepping off the ice for the time being. Baker coming in for the face-off with Hoster and Dych in on defense. Webb and Merriman up top and bottom. Baker wins that face-off, but Bloomington's quick to recover. Puck comes around the near side boards in the corner, fighting for it up against the side there. Baker comes up with it, but Bloomington gets it, tries to get a shot off goal, and it's just wide left. Bloomington tries to cycle it back around the backside of the boards with the Fueler coming in, trying to get it out of there, and that's Hoster and Merriman trying to fight for it. Merriman kicks it out. He does. He gets it out to center ice. Merriman kicks it out, but it comes back in by the Bloomington Blades. Dych tries to get it out, and he's not able to, but is able to get it down. Baker sends it up against the near side boards here, and Dych and Baker are both trying to fight to keep it out of the Fuel zone. Baker sends it across ice over to Merriman. Merriman has the puck. He's trying to get it out. He loses control of the puck along the side there, and Bloomington takes it over. Bloomington has the puck now, getting ready to try and get a shot off, but is unable to. Hoster's there, ready to get it out. She does. She kicks it out, bounces off the stick of the Bloomington Blade, and Webb tries to move it down the ice, but loses the puck. Baker goes in, passes it over to Merriman. Merriman goes in, takes a shot on goal, and it doesn't go anywhere. The goalie is out of position, and we've got a stoppage of play. All right, face-off coming just to the left of the Blades goalie. In for the face-off is Kerins with Dietz and Preston top and bottom. On defense is Dych and Craft. The Fuel are going on a power play for the next 2 minutes, as it was a 2-minute penalty for hooking against the Bloomington Blades. Kerins in for the face-off. Dych and Craft on defense. Kerins loses that face-off, but Dietz steps in to try to get to it. Bloomington has it around the backside of the net, pops it up against the boards. Coming up down the near side boards here, Dych is ready to try and stop it when it comes out. Kerins kicks it back in. Bloomington kicks it around the backside of the boards, and Preston's chasing after it. Preston has it, cuts back over to the side there, tries to get it up against the boards to Dych. Dych is ready for it. Dych has it, takes the shot on goal, and it's stopped and a cover by Bloomington. 7 minutes, 29 seconds left to go here in the first period. 1:36 left to go in the power play for the Junior Fuel.
Shots from the point, we got to have somebody there ready to sit.
Here we go. And it is in for the face-off is Kerins is in for the face-off with Craft and Dych in on defense. Preston and Dietz on offense. Kerins wins that face-off, gets it back over to Dych. Dych sends it over to Craft, but Craft isn't able to get to it, and we've got offsides on the field as Dietz was not able to get out of the zone quickly enough.
Stuck in there.
Face-off coming just to the bottom of center here, with Kerins in for the face-off. Craft and Dych again on defense, with Preston and Dietz on offense. Kerins wins that face-off, gets it over to Preston. Preston kicks it over into the far corner on the side where Dietz is going after it. Dietz is going for it along the side, fighting on it in the corner. Comes around the backside of the net, and we've got another penalty coming up. Oh, I'm sorry, not a penalty, but it was a stop and cover by the goalie from Bloomington.
We didn't change it.
1:17 left to go here in the power play for the Junior Fuel. 7 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the period. Kerins again in for the face-off. Kerins in for the face-off. He gets the face-off, tries to kick it back over to Craft. Craft gets it and sends it back in towards the far corner. Bloomington has it, tries to kick it back out, but Dietz is quick to get to it. Dietz tries to get his stick on that puck and doesn't get to it. Scotty Craft gets it, fires a shot at the net, and it is snatched out of the air by the goalie. Change of legs on the ice for the Fuel on the offense and defense side. In for the face-off is going to be Nelson with Mason up top, Mason up top, Smith at the bottom, Robbins and Poole in on defense. Nelson in, wins that face-off, sends it back to Poole. Poole tries to get to it, overskates it. Robbins has got to wait for it, and we've got offsides from the Fuel.
Hey, get it low. Everything low, all right? Fire!
All right, Nelson again in for the face-off with Smith and Mason up top and bottom, Poole and Robbins in on defense.
Hey, in front of the red line. In front of it. Go on. In front of it.
Face-off won by the Fuel. Robbins has it. Robbins sends it across ice over to Smith. Smith has it. He's going after it on the side there, but the Bloomington Blades pick it up on the far edge. Poole over on the side to challenge. Poole's got him on the side to challenge on that, but Mason steps up and takes it away, and Nelson tries to get to it, but no one's able to get their stick on the ice in order to keep that puck in play. Bloomington has that puck and takes a shot, and it is snatched out of the air by Borgert. 6 minutes, 23 seconds left to go here in this first period. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 1-0. There are still 29 seconds left to go here in the power play for the Junior Fuel. And they're currently taking the face-off in their zone, just to the left of Borgert. Baker wins that face-off, sends it back over to Dych. Dych sends it up to Merriman. Merriman has the puck, skating it down the ice there. Bloomington takes it over, and it's ricocheted off the skate of Webb. Webb does a great job keeping it in. Dych sends it around the side, but it comes back over to this edge. Good job by Baker to keep it over to the side there. Baker's got it, ricochets off the boards, goes over to Baker. Baker's got it along the edge there, takes it along the side. Dietz goes in, trying to help him out along with Dych. Dietz and Dych along the edge there, and we're back at full strength. Shot on goal, and it is covered by Bloomington's goalie. We're back at full strength on the ice here with 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to go here in the first period of the second game against the Bloomington Blades. Kerins in for the face-off with Preston and Dietz up top and bottom. Hoster and Dych on defense. Fuel lose that face-off, but Dych has it along the side. Takes a shot on goal, and it's a stop and a cover by their goalie.
Logan, get in front of it!
Again, face-off coming just to the right. Just to the right. Bloomington's goal. Kerins in again for the face-off with Preston and Dietz up top and bottom. Hoster, Dych up on defense. Fuel win the face-off, passes it back to Dych. Dych has it, sends it around the backside of the net where Dietz is trying to get to it, but the Bloomington Blades have it. Bloomington's got it. Hoster's only there to challenge. Dych is trying to get into it, can't get to it. Great save and stop by Borgert. 5 minutes, 26 seconds left to go here in this first period. That was a great stop and save by Borgert on that shot from Bloomington. Change of lines here. Nelson in for the face-off. Mason up top, Smith at the bottom. Craft and Robbins in on defense. Robbins sends it up against the glass along the side boards here where it comes down along the edge. Puck is loose around the front of the net where Bloomington tries to take a wraparound shot, but it doesn't get through traffic. Fuel sent it around the backside of the net there. Robbins tries to get to it. Robbins goes around the edge there, and here comes Nelson down the side. Nelson gets tripped up along the boards there. Takes a hard hit. Shot on goal by Smith, and it's snatched out of the air by the Bloomington goalie. Nelson's okay though. Nelson got up.
His knee hurts.
All right, in on the face-off again is Baker for the face-off. Merriman at the bottom, Webb up top, Robbins and Craft in on defense. Baker loses that face-off. Bloomington has it along the backside of the ice. Comes around the edge there. Merriman tries to challenge to get to it, but isn't able to get it. Bloomington taking a drive down, 1-on-9 on it. Tries to go in, and it goes... Oh, it does not get through the pads of Borgert. Again, Bloomington tries again for another shot. Doesn't get through traffic. Fuel have it along the sideboard. Send it across the edge there. Comes up the sideboards. They're fighting for it. Merriman and Baker trying to get it out across that blue line. It's not going anywhere as they keep kicking it back in. Everyone's fighting for that puck along the sideboards, and it kicks out over that blue line, and it is out back into center ice. That means Bloomington's got to regroup. Clear, no icing. No offsides. Bloomington has control of the puck. Goes in, tries to get a shot on goal. Centering pass, but Robbins is there to kick it out into center ice. Bloomington sends it around the backside. Craft is going around the back of the net. Sends it around up against the boards. It ricochets off the glass there and gets a bad bounce on it in favor of Bloomington. Bloomington tries to get it back out. Craft sends it back up against the boards. It goes along the side. Keegan passes it across to Webb, but Webb is not able to get his stick on the ice to get to it. Puck pops out and it goes down the ice. We're looking at getting an icing. Poole's trying to get to it. No icing as Poole's got it. Sends it around the side boards where Preston's ready to grab it. Preston's looking for it. Gets up against the sideboard. Bloomington tries to take a shot on goal, and Kerins is able to get to it. Poole chasing it around across the backside, fighting for it along those boards, and Kerins picks it up. Kerins has the puck, driving across the blue line here, takes it into center ice. He's got Bloomington hot on his tail. He gets tripped up, not able to get to it. Gotta wait for everyone to get back on side. Gotta wait for it. Kerins is trying to get back, and we've got offsides by the Fuel.
That's fine. I'd rather do that than
3 minutes, 9 seconds left to go here in the first period, and the Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with a score of 1-0. Face-off coming just down ice of center. Kerins in for the face-off. Preston and Dietz up top and bottom with Dych and Robinson on defense. Dych has to hold it, wait for the Fuel to get back on sides, and they are, so they tries to get it over to the edge there. Robbins tries to fight for it, doesn't get it. Dych and Robbins both trying to chase it down. Shot on goal by Bloomington, and it's a stop and a cover by Borgert, and there's a pile up on top of Borgert. 2 minutes, 47 seconds left to go here in this first period.
Hurry up.
Join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock at the Fuel Tank, where we're having our Fill the Tank game at 11 o'clock against the Columbus Lambs. It's our last home game of the regular season. So please come join us, cheer this team on so that we can end our season in a high note. Baker in for the face-off now with Webb up top, Webb at the bottom, Merriman up top. We got Hoster and Dych in on defense. Shot on goal by Bloomington, doesn't get through traffic on the net. Puck gets deflected up on the sides. Again, another shot on goal, and it's deflected up against the glass. Baker comes up with the puck around the sideboards, near sideboards coming up for it. Webb tries to clear it, isn't able to. Puck gets shot towards the net, doesn't get through traffic. Again, puck is getting thrown around the back side of the net, or on the other side of referee. Shot on goal by Bloomington, and Hoster is there to kick it out up to the far corner. But Bloomington's able to keep it in. It goes around the backside of the net. Craft's fighting for it to get it out. Gets it over to Webb. Webb's trying to get to it, and the puck comes out around the edge there. Webb is fighting. Webb is racing for it. Bloomington's got the puck at center ice. Craft going in. Shot on goal, and it's a rocket right above the head of Borgert. Fuel have it, pass it up the side to Baker. Baker's got the puck, trying to get it away from Bloomington. Bloomington comes up with it. Bloomington trying to get around the backside of the net, but Craft is not letting him get anywhere with it. Good job with penalty coming up against Scotty Craft, number 59. I'm sorry, number 52.
Blades to the bench! Blades to the bench!
Player down at this time for Bloomington as he took a hit up against the boards. All right, we have a Bloomington player down for a few minutes, so we'll take this time to kind of recap what's going on. The Bloomington Blades are up with a score of 1-0 here. Scotty Craft, number 52, is going to go into the box for a body contact is the call on that for Scotty Craft, so he'll go into the penalty box for the last 1 minute 38 seconds of the first period, and then for the first 22 seconds of the second period. The Bloomington player is up and is skating back to the bench on his own power.
Back to you.
All right, the Fuel are going to be shorthanded here for the next 1 minute 38 seconds. Face-off is going to come just to the left of Borgert. Preston's going to be up to the top. Kerins in for the face-offs. Robinson on defense. and Smith. So we've got Preston and Robinson on defense with Smith and Kerins on offense. Kerins in for the face-off. Kerins loses that face-off. It comes out and bounces right in front of Borgert, and he drops and covers. Face-off coming. Kerins loses that face-off, tries to get it over to Smith. Smith tries to get to it. Great job by Kerins to knock it away, get it deflected. Shot on goal, and it is another deflection. Puck coming up against the far side. Again, Smith trying to get it out of there. Kerins driving it down the ice. Kerins going, making a drive, but turns it over to Bloomington. Throws the puck into the backside of the net, or to the center ice, and Bloomington's pulling it out. Kerins tries to get it out, and Preston sends it back in. Preston sends it in all the way to the far side of the net. Smith on the other side. Baker comes in now with Robbins on defense and Preston. Preston chasing after it. He's going for it. It's not going to go anywhere, but it is a deflected. It's passed over from Borgert over to Preston. Preston kicks it up against the boards, and it goes along the side there. Preston and Robbins fighting for it. I'm sorry, Preston and Nelson fighting for it. Preston's got it up against the side. Sticks are flying everywhere. I got to sit back. Got to get back out of the way because I'm going to get knocked out of the way. Baker takes the fall. Preston trying to get to it. Shot on goal, and it's deflected off of the stick of Merriman up off of Baker and up into the net. Face-off coming just to the left of center here, down ice, where Baker's in for the face-off. Nelson up top. Preston and Robbins in on defense. Baker's trying to fight for it down on the side. Preston backhands it, tries to get it out of the zone, and they take it in. Robbins tries to get to it. It is dropped and covered by Borgert. 11 seconds left to go here in this first period. 33 seconds left to go in the penalty by Scotty Craft. 11.3 seconds left to go. Kerins in for the, Baker in for the face-off. Kerins up top. Robbins and Preston tries to get it along the side there. 6 seconds left to go in this period. Great job by Kerins to keep it out of the stick of Bloomington, and that is the end of the first period. End of the first period, the Bloomington Blades are leading the Junior Fuel with a score of 1-0 here at the Carmel Ice Stadium here in Carmel, Indiana. Tomorrow, please join us at 8:20 a.m. at the fuel tank at Fisher's, where we will be taking on the first of two games against the Columbus Flames. First game is at 8:20 in the morning. The second game is our Fill the Tank game, where we are hoping to get as many people as possible to join us to watch this game live. I will be streaming it live on Facebook as well, so don't worry if you're not able to make it. We would love to have you here, though, to watch this game in person. Please come wear your favorite player's number, paint your face, bring your noisemakers, bring your spirit, bring your voice. If you don't have a voice, make a sign. Either way, we would love to have you at the fuel tank tomorrow for our 11 o'clock game. It is our last home game of the regular season for this 12U Junior Fuel Select team before we head off to the end of season tournaments. So if you'd like to join us for the end of season tournaments, weekend of Valentine's Day, we will be up north in South Bend, Indiana for a tournament up there. And then the following weekend, we will be in at a location yet to be determined as we are waiting for that decision for our Buckeye League Championship tournament. 22 seconds left to go here in the penalty from Scotty Craft.
We can't count, ref, sorry.
First, Scotty Craft on that. So once that time expires, he'll be able to get back out on the ice. Kerins loses that face-off, goes over to Bloomington. Bloomington tries to get it out, but Fuel are able to kick it back in and keep it into center ice. Bloomington kicks it up and over into the Fuel zone, where they go into it. They're taking a drive, take a shot on goal, and it's deflected off the pads of Borgert. Kerins comes up along the near side boards with it, loses control of the puck for a minute, but takes it around the side there. We're back at full strength. Shot on goal by Kerins, and it's disrupted by the stick of a blade. A Bloomington blade, that is. And on the side there, Dych is able to kick it back in over to Kerins. Kerins has it, tries to get a backhanded shot, sends it over to Preston. Preston's shot is deflected by the goalie. Preston has the puck again up against the far side boards. The puck comes around the edge there. Bloomington comes up with it. Puck's coming around the side there where Hoster's ready to get to it, but it just deflects off of her stick over to the side. Dych has it. Everyone's on side. Sends it over to Preston. Preston gets it, but it goes into the blade zone regardless. Again, Dych has got to wait for the Fuel to get out, and we've got offsides by the Fuel. 10 minutes, 57 seconds left to go here in this second period. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 1-0. Out on the ice now to take the face-off is Baker, Webb, and Merriman. Webb is up top, Merriman down below. Baker to take that face-off. Robbins and Poole in on defense. Baker wins that face-off, sends it back to Robbins. Robbins tries to get it over to Merriman, but isn't able to get that pass over to him. Puck is being fought for over on the side, comes loose, and Bloomington has control of it, but Baker's not letting that happen. Baker's fighting for it up against the boards along with Merriman, and the Blades come up with it along the near side boards. Poole sends it around the far boards up against the corner there, tries to get it over to Webb. Robbins is trying to get to it. Baker gets checked from behind and takes a hard fall. Webb tries to get to it again. He's getting hooked on the side, and we've got offsides by the Fuel. Again, no penalties being called against Bloomington at this time.
Yep, there you go. I was waiting to see who came out. Defense!
All right, change of legs on the ice for the Fuel. In for the face-off, Nelson with Mason up top, Smith at the bottom, Craft and Hublar in on defense. Nelson in for that face-off, wins that face-off, kicks it back over to Craft, but Craft isn't able to get to it in time. They get to it, take a shot on goal, and it's a drop and cover by Borgert. 10 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in this second period. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 1-0. Nelson in for the face-off, loses that face-off, it goes to Bloomington. Bloomington tries to get a shot on goal, and it is not going to make it through traffic. Nelson has the puck, comes down the far side boards, he's driving down the way. Mason racing up to try to get to a shot on goal, and it is snatched out of the air by the Bloomington goalie. Good drive, good shot by Matthew Nelson. Face-off coming just to the right of Bloomington's goal. Kerins in for the face-off. Preston and Dietz up top and bottom with Hublar and Craft on defense. Kerins loses that face-off. Bloomington gets it, sends it back over to Craft. Craft takes a shot on goal, and it's a stop and cover by Bloomington. Face-off coming again back to the right side circle at the top of the ice. Kerins in for the face-off. Preston up top, Dietz below. Hublar and Craft on defense. Hublar loses that face-off, but Preston's able to keep it in, but the puck comes out to center ice, and that's where Bloomington makes their drive. Bloomington going on down the way, they try to send it across the ice as a pass, and the pass doesn't make contact with their player. Dietz is fighting for it up against the near side boards. Puck goes flying across the center ice. Preston has the puck, driving across the center line, goes into the Blade zone, tries to get a shot off, and gets caught up by the Bloomington player. Puck is along the side where Hublar comes in. Dietz has the puck, sends it to center ice over to Kerins. Kerins tries to get a backhand shot in, doesn't happen. He sends it to center ice. Preston throws it, tries to send it at the net, and it's covered by their goalie. Great save, great shot. Good heads-up play there by the Fuel. Face-off coming just to the left of Bloomington's goalie. Baker in for the face-off with Merriman up top, Webb below. Wins the face-off, sends it back to Hoster. Hoster takes a shot on goal, and it's deflected by the goalie. Shot on goal again with the goalie out of position, doesn't make it to them. Puck gets sent out into center ice, and Dych tries to get a stick on it, is unable to. Pass right in front of Borgert, and it is rocket, and they're not able to get to it. Puck again flying around in front of Borgert, and they can't get to it. Puck around the far side of the ice. Bloomington sends it back in again, tries to get a shot off, and it's deflected by Borgert. Fuel try to get it out again. They're trying to go through it, and it gets across the blue line into center ice. Here goes Baker. Baker sending it across the way. Webb's poised in center, ready to get a pass. Baker tries to get it over to him, but Bloomington steps up and is able to intercept that pass. Bloomington making a drive. They pass it down the way. Hoster never saw him along the edge there. Shot on goal, and that's a great save by Borgert. Around the edge there, Webb's trying to get it out with Baker. There's a scrum for it up against the side boards. They're going for it, and Bloomington comes up with it, takes a shot on goal, and it's deflected high into the left. Bloomington has it again, trying to get it out from the ice. Merriman trying to fight for it along with Baker. Baker tries to come up with it, so does Merriman, and Bloomington is the one who comes up with it. Shot on goal, and it's deflected by Borgert. Baker has the puck. He's trying to get down the ice, gets it across out of the blade zone into center ice, passes it up to Merriman. Merriman has the puck. He's going down, drives, takes a shot on goal, and it's deflected by the blade skater. Bloomington has the puck in the near corner, takes it out, tries to get it in, but Robbins steps in to try and keep it into play. But Bloomington intercepts that puck. Robbins gets caught up with the Bloomington player, and he's going to get called on a penalty.
Kellen!
Hey, stop it.
Tripping call on Robbins. Sorry, dude. All right, so.
I need one more D, one more. Yeah, one more D. Go.
So the field are going to be shorthanded for the next 2 minutes while they are on a Bloomington is on a power play, and for the face-off is Nelson. Nelson wins that face-off. He's taking the puck down the ice, goes across the blue line, sends it in deep. It's trying to get behind the net. No penalty coming up for the hooking on that. Comes around on the near side boards. Hublar steps up, tries to keep that puck in, and Bloomington kicks it up and out of the zone into the center ice. Comes around the ice, no icing coming up on that one, and Craft comes up with the puck around the backside of the net. Craft goes around the backside, sends it up, ricochets it off the glass there, tries to get it over to Smith, and it overshoots Smith's stick. Shot on goal is just wide left of Borgert. Again, Bloomington comes up with the puck, tries to center it up. Six is shot on goal, and it's wide left. Can't get to it. Fuel trying to pursue, try to get to that, and Smith gets tangled up with the Bloomington player, but they're able to get it out of the zone and into center ice. Bloomington's able to regroup on it, and again, no offsides. Bloomington has the puck, takes a shot on goal. It's deflected through traffic before it gets to Borgert, and the Bloomington comes up with it around the far side. Bloomington has it, tries to get a shot off on goal, but Nelson gets in, is not letting him move anywhere. Fuller trying to get it out, and here comes Bloomington. They go in, take a shot on goal, and no way is it going to get past our defense. And we've got a player down. We got a player down for the junior Fuel. It looks like it is number 62, Matthew Nelson. There's 33 seconds left to go in the penalty from Noah Robbins. And Nelson gets up and is able to skate off the ice on his own power. 5 minutes, 52 seconds left to go. 5 minutes, 52 seconds left to go here in this second period. The Fuel are trailing the Blades with the score of 1-0. 33 seconds left to go in this power play for the Bloomington Blades. In for the face-off is Kerins. Kerins loses that face-off, but is not going to let them get away with it that easily. Fighting for it, tries to kick it up out of the zone and is not able to get to it. Bloomington has the puck, tries to put it in over Borgert, and there's a scrum for the puck around the side there. Everyone's down on the ground, and the Fuel come up with it around the backside of the net. That's Preston. Preston has it. You've got 10 seconds left to go before you go back in, Robbins. Fuel have the puck. Shot on goal by Bloomington, and it is ricocheted off the post. Again, Bloomington has the puck. They try to get it out, And Robbins, we're back at full strength where Robbins is off the ice and Dietz comes in. Dietz is there, he's got it, and again, no tripping on Bloomington, and we've got offsides for Bloomington.
Wait, when Nelson went down, they weren't on the ice.
Yeah, they're not going to come off unless you go down here.
All right, we got to change. We got to change lines here for the fuel. In for the face-off is Kerins with Preston up top, Dietz below, and Hoster and Dych in on defense. Kerins in for the face-off. Wins that face-off, gets it over to Dietz. Dietz gets it back over to Dych. Dych sends it back over against the boards where Dietz is trying to kick it off against the edge there. Bloomington comes up with it, and that's a great deflection by Borgert in front of the net. Bloomington tries to get a pass off to center, but is not able to make connection with the puck. Kerins has the puck, kicks it out into center ice. Logan Dietz is going after it. He's trying to go for it, goes after it. It gets past the blue line into the Bloomington zone. Sends it to center, past to center ice where Bloomington's going to come up with it, but Dych is able to keep it in. Puck comes out again, and it pops back out to center ice. Dych is fighting for it along the sideboards there. Kerins fighting for it too. Kerins has it. He's got Hoster and Dietz down below. Pass over to Dietz. Dietz is going for it. Dietz is racing to get to that puck, and it stops mid-ice. Bloomington has the puck at center ice, but Preston disrupts it and makes it so that they can't get through to it. Pass over to the side, and Fuel pick it off. That's Aiden Kerins. Kerins has the puck. He takes it across the blue line, digs around the side, but Bloomington picks it up. Preston's there to grab that pass. Comes along the side, comes over the edge there. Kerins has the puck, tries to knock it away from the Bloomington player, and he does. Bloomington sends it around the back side of the boards on the far corner, and Bloomington's playing it up against the side. Merriman sends it over to Kerins, or over to Webb. Webb knocks it back in, comes back over to the side to Bloomington. Baker sends it around the far side corner, and it wraps around the back side of the ice where Webb is quick to pursue. Hoster here on defense, ready to get to it. Hoster going for it. Hoster trying to get to it. Sticks flying up in the air. Got to move out of the side. Puck comes along the edge, around the side, and here it comes up against the boards. Up against the boards, it comes around the side there. No icing. It's going to go along the edge there, and it's a cover by the Bloomington goalie. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left to go here in this second period. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with a score of 1-0. Change of legs here on the ice for the Fuel. In for the face-off is Nelson with Webb and... No. In for the face-off is Nelson with Mason and Smith up top and bottom. Robbins and Poole in on defense. Nelson wins that face-off, goes around the side there, takes a shot on goal, and it's snatched out of the air by Bloomington's goalie. Great shot on goal by Matthew Nelson. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go here in this second period. Again, Nelson in for the face-off. Nelson is ready to go. Nelson wins. No one wins that face-off as it just does nothing. Comes around the edge there. Here comes Bloomington down the side. Robbins to challenge Poole in the front of the net, ready to go. Poole comes around the edge there. Comes around along the side there. Puck gets kicked up along the far side boards, and it comes out along the edge. Robbins has it, tries to kick it out of the zone. He does. Puck coming down the edge. Mason racing for it. And the puck comes back to center ice where Bloomington picks it up. They send it across the ice over there to the edge where Robbins is quick to kick in on that with Smith over there to challenge. Puck comes back out into center ice, so Bloomington's got to regroup. Puck comes back out again and again to center ice. Sends all the way down to the edge there. No icing. Poole's chasing it around the backside of the ice. He chases it down. Tries to send it up the sides to Mason. Sends it across ice over to Smith. Great pass over to Smith. Nelson picks it up. Nelson goes in to drive. Nelson's driving in on it. Goes in, takes a shot on goal, and it's deflected by their goalie. Bloomington comes up with the puck. Comes out. Poole is out. Craft is in for defense. Bloomington's driving down the ice along the far side. Robbins tries to push him out. Pass in between the legs of Craft, and that's a stop and a cover. Borgert tried to cover. It drew him out of the net, and Bloomington is able to pop it in over his shoulder. Bloomington goes up with a score of 2-0 over the Junior Fuel with 1:50 left to go here in the second period. And at face-off is going to be Kerins with Craft and Hublar in on defense. Preston and Dietz up top and bottom on offense. Kerins in for the face-off now. Kerins in for the face-off. Wins the face-off, sends it back to Hublar, which goes back over to Borgert. Borgert drops and covers. 1:44 left to go here in the second period. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 2-0. Kerins in again for the face-off. Wins that face-off, kicks it back over to Preston. Preston gets laid up against the boards, but Kerins comes up with it against the near side. Bloomington steps in and takes the puck away, tries to take it around the backside of the net, and Dietz is over along the side to try and get to it. Dietz tries to get to it and is pushed up against the boards and is...
He almost got a penalty, drew one, and then he just got it. I think Tyler drew one. On 91.
Not sure exactly who's going to get called on the penalty on that. Knowing these guys, it is going to be one on each because they can't make up their mind as to who they're going to call a penalty on. Because they can't even figure out offsides. All right, number 91. 91 White. 91 White, 2-minute minor for roughing. So that means the Fuel are going to go on a power play for the next 2 minutes. In for the face-off is Kerins still. Kerins wins that face-off, sends it over to Craft. Craft sends it to Dietz. Dietz has the puck, sends it across ice to Kerins. Kerins has the puck, goes in, takes a shot on goal, and it's just wide right of the goalie. Goalie's out of position, so if they can get a centering pass to get it in, they'll be able to get a point up on the board. Fuel fighting to keep it into the zone over there, but they're not able to as Bloomington kicks it out. Preston kicks it up against the boards, and it pops back into Bloomington's zone. Bloomington trying to regroup, and it pops back into center ice. Fuel taking across the blue line into Bloomington's zone. Bloomington tries to send it deep around the corner, but the puck doesn't go anywhere. Craft has the puck, takes a shot on goal, and it is a shot into the air and snatched out by the goalie. 47 seconds left to go here in this second period. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 2-0 here at the Carmel Ice Stadium in Carmel, Indiana. Change legs in for the Fuel. Baker in for the face-off. Merriman below, Webb up top. Baker wins the face-off, sends it back to Hoster. Hoster gets a shot off on goal and doesn't make it to the net. Merriman goes in, tries to get up to Baker. Baker takes a shot on goal. It's deflected off the skate of Bloomington. Again, Merriman backhands it, tries to get it over to Webb in front of the net, but it's not able to get through traffic. Webb sends it back around the corner to Merriman. Merriman is fighting for it up against the boards. Hoster ready to get it if it pops out, and Bloomington sends it across the ice. Dych has the puck. Dych has the puck, sends it over to Merriman. Merriman sends it to Baker. Baker has it, sends it cross ice over to Webb. Webb tries to get a shot in, but is unable to. Tries to flip it around into the wraparound shot, and its puck is loose along the left side of the goalie. Puck is up against the boards, or Merriman is fighting for it with the Bloomington player, and that is the end of the second period. Woo! That is the end of their second period so far. The Bloomington Blades are leading the junior field with a score of 2-0 right now. There is still 34 seconds left to go in the power play for the junior field, as there was a 2-minute penalty called on Bloomington for roughing. Now, I would like to let you know that tomorrow is our last set of home games at the Fuel Tank in Fishers. So please, we would love everyone to join us tomorrow at 8:20 or at 11 o'clock, preferably at 11 o'clock. That is our Fill the Tank game, where we'd like to get as many people, as many fans as possible to come and fill the fuel tank up to show your support for this 12U junior field team who have played so hard all season long. This is our last home game of our regular season, and we'd love to have you come and cheer them on. Bring your signs, bring your noisemakers, paint your face, wear your red and black, wear your favorite color, or wear your favorite players' numbers, whatever you can do. Show your support for these kids by coming out to the fuel tank tomorrow at Fishers. Get there by 10:30 so that you're ready to go. We are going to have a great time cheering these kids on at the end of the game. You know, we want to really be able to show them that, you know, thank you for putting on such a great season and working so hard. So please, if you can, come out and check it out. they would love to have you there. If you can't make it, please feel free to shoot me a message with some words of encouragement for these kids, and I will pass it along to them because they know I video all of these games. They know I'm live broadcasting them, and they know how important it is that you guys are part of this team and watching every day. So we're getting ready to start now with the third period here. Again, Fueler trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 2-0. Fueler are currently on a power play now. Nelson's in for the faceoff with Mason and Smith up top and bottom. Nelson loses that faceoff as Bloomington comes up with the puck. Mason comes in, sneaks around, and kicks it out into the Bloomington zone. Bloomington chases it down, and Smith challenges. Nelson has the puck, tries to get it in, and he does. He sends it all the way to the side, but Bloomington kicks it back out to center. Dych goes in, tries to get to it, sends it back across the center ice where Mason's got it. Mason and Nelson working as a team over against that far boards there, trying to get to it. Bloomington is up all over Mason to try and get it out, and they're the ones who come up with the puck on the side. Bloomington's making a drive down the way here with the puck, backhands it over to center ice, takes it across the blue line into the fuel zone where it's a shot up high and left over the shoulder of Borgert. Mason has that puck, kicks it across center ice, comes across the blue line into the Bloomington zone. Bloomington tries to kick it out, but is unable to make contact with the puck. Bloomington cycles around the backside of the net, where Smith is trying to fight for it. Dych tries to get to it. Hublar tries to get to it as well. Pass across center. Hoster is there to try and defend. Puck is loose in front of Borgert, and Borgert's able to reach out and cover. No extracurriculars, boys. We do not want this to be like the last game. 10 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Kerins in for the faceoff. Preston and Dietz up top and bottom. Hublar and Craft in on defense. Kerins wins the faceoff as Dietz sneaks in and grabs that puck. Dietz is making a rush for it, sends it over to Preston. Preston has the puck, takes a shot on goal, and it's snatched out of the air by Bloomington. Great passing play by those two. That was really great. Heads up hockey.
We probably had about 6 shots.
That was a great question. Great question by Coach. Why do we keep shooting at his glove? Kerins in again for the faceoff. Kerins loses the faceoff, but Preston's able to step in and grab it. Bloomington's going to come in and grab it, but Hublar steps up to try and get a shot off on goal. Bloomington has the puck around the backside. Craft steps up with the puck, takes a shot on goal. It goes. Great 5-hole shot to the goalie. And it is a save by Bloomington. Change of legs. Baker in for the faceoff. Webb up top, Merriman below. We got Robbins and Poole in on defense now. That's my boy. All right, Baker loses that faceoff, but Merriman's able to try and get it up against the near boards. Puck gets loose, comes up along the way there. Robbins trying to challenge. They send it around the edge there. Poole is chasing it down along the far corner. He's going after it. He gets to it. He's got Bloomington on his back. Tries to get to it. Loses his stick to the Bloomington player as Merriman comes down the side. Merriman comes around the edge there. Centering pass over to Baker. Baker tries to get it up to Webb. Webb gets it, takes it across the blue line. Webb has it, gets it over to Merriman. Merriman tries to get to it. He does. He reaches back and grabs it. Sends it over to the near corner, and Baker's over there to pick it up. Baker's trying to grab that puck as Webb tries to get it as well, but Bloomington ends up getting it along the far side. Bloomington kicks it out all the way to the side, and we've got icing. 9 minutes, 35 seconds left to go here of this third period.
You put pressure on him, he ices the puck. All right? That's why we got to pick that guy up, right?
In for the face-off is going to be Nelson with Smith and Mason up top and bottom. Hoster and Dych on defense. Face-off coming just to the left of Bloomington goal. Nelson wins that face-off, goes over to Smith. Smith backhands it and puts it in the top of the net. The Fueler on the board with the score at 9 minutes and 32 seconds left to go here in the third period. Great pass from Nelson over to Smith. That's his second goal from Smith today. again with the second assist from Nelson on that. Well done. Fuel have now put themselves on the board. Nelson in for the face-off. Nelson wins that face-off, sends it back to Dych. Dych has it, tries to send it over to Mason, sends it over instead deep into the Bloomington zone. Bloomington has the puck, cycles around the backside of the net. Dych tries to step in and take it away, or I'm sorry, Smith tries to step in and take it away, but is unable to. Dych fighting for it as well, but it is offsides by the Fuel.
Kellen, that I wanted that. We needed that. Okay? Yeah, we needed that. You're five. Stop.
All right, in for the face-off is Kerins with Preston and Dietz up top. Kerins wins the face-off, passes it back to Dych. Dych has the puck, gets poked out from Bloomington. Craft tries to get it back as Kerins steps up, sends it across ice to Dietz. Dietz has the puck, goes in, tries to take a shot on goal, and it is snatched out of the air by Bloomington's goalie. Face-off coming again just to the left of goal. And for the face-off is going to be Kerins again with Dietz up top, Preston below, Dych and Craft top and bottom. Or, sorry, Dych and Craft on defense. Comes along the side there, Kerins at face-off, loses the face-off, Bloomington comes up with it. Puck tries to get popped up in front of Bloomington's goal, but Bloomington comes up with it. Craft tries to get it out, but Bloomington's able to pop it up and over into the center ice. You'll have the puck. Dietz sends it over to Dych. Dych sends it over to Preston. Preston tries to get to it. Dych along the side as well. Puck goes back into the Bloomington zone where Preston's chasing after it. Preston and Dietz goes after it along the side. They send it up against the far boards where Kerins picks it up. Kerins picks it up and Dietz pursues. Again, the puck up against the far boards there with Dietz and Preston, or Dietz and Dych trying to. Dietz and Kerins trying to get to it. Kerins goes in, takes a shot on goal, and it just gets deflected over the head of the goalie. Again, the Fuel coming along the near side boards. Kerins is trying to get to it. Dych back on defense along with Craft trying to get for it. Dietz steps in, trying to get to it, and here comes the Bloomington Blades as they try to go for it, and Dych is going to get called on a tripping penalty. 7 minutes, 51 seconds left to go, and Bloomington's going to go on a face-off on a power play here for the next 2 minutes.
Good, right? 95 white,
95 black, minor penalty tripping. All right, in for the face-off is going to be Merriman with Webb up top, Robbins and Preston on defense. Merriman wins that face-off, comes along the near side boards, fighting for it, gets caught up with Bloomington. Bloomington ends up with the puck. Bloomington sends it across ice, but Webb keeps it out. Bloomington takes it into the zone. Again, no offsides, but I bet you if we watch that film again, you'll see that they were. Come around the edge there. Here they come around the back side of the net where Fuel come around the edge there, tries to send it over to Merriman. Merriman fighting for it, tries to get to it, and it comes back along the side, and Webb kicks it back into center ice. Webb kicks it back, and the Fuel try to ricochet it back out. Bloomington sends it in, and Preston comes out along the near side boards. Merriman here ready to go, waiting for it to pop out from Preston, but Bloomington steps in and takes the puck away. Pass in front of the net to the other Bloomington player. It tries to get a shot off, but Borgert's able to just miss that. Puck along the far side boards there where Bloomington tries to get a shot off on goal over to number 4, but they are not able to make contact with the puck. Fuel step in again, and 1 minute left to go in the penalty for Dych, and Robbins has the puck up against the far side boards, but Webb loses control of it along the side. Fuel are trying what they can to get it out, but Bloomington kicks it back in front of the net. Bloomington has the puck. Webb's trying to get it out, but it's not going anywhere. Preston has it, sends it around the backside of the net, over to Robbins. Robbins has the puck, sends it over to Merriman. Merriman tries to get it out, but it doesn't get out of the zone. Puck gets farther and further into that zone, and Merriman tries to kick it out. He's not getting anywhere with it. Robbins finally sends it out as Bloomington's got to regroup, waiting for everyone. Offsides! Finally offsides. Sorry. Didn't mean to yell. 24 seconds left to go in the power play for Bloomington.
24 left on the power play, right?
6 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here in this third period. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 2-1. Baker in for the face-off with Nelson up top. Hublar and Craft in on defense. Baker loses that face-off as Bloomington is quick to pick up that puck and drive down the net in front of Bloomington. Puck gets down the side there. 15 seconds left to go in this penalty for Bloomington. 10 seconds left to go on the penalty kill. And Fuel come up with the puck quick. Takes a shot on goal. It's deflected by the Bloomington goalie on it. Dykes out. Smith in. Here comes the Fuel back around to the side. Keeps it in the zone. Goes around the backside is where the Fuel take the puck. Or sorry, where Bloomington takes the puck. Smith has it. Tries to send it around. Send it in front of the net. And it's deflected by Bloomington's goalie. Again, Smith again takes another shot. Puck comes loose out in front of them. Again, another shot by Smith, and it's not getting near to the net this time. Here comes Bloomington. They're driving down the net, driving down the ice. Craft trying to get to it. Hublar gets tied up with the Bloomington player, and they take a tumble down the ice. Smith has the puck, kicks it into center ice. Nelson has it with Kerins. Kerins fighting for it down the edge there. Bloomington kicks it out. No one there to pick it up except for Bloomington. Bloomington has the puck now. They're going to take it into their zone. Nope, they're going to keep it in center ice. Wait for everyone to get on sides. Bloomington takes it into their zone. Tries to get a shot off. Isn't able to. Craft is able to push him out to the far corner. Craft has him down on the side there. Craft is on the ground along with Hublar. Here comes Nelson. Nelson gets tripped up. No call for tripping on that. Here comes Bloomington. They try and get a shot off. Take it in on the side there. Shot on goal, and it's far right. Craft comes up with the puck. He tries to pass it around along the side there. It is ricocheted off of the shin guard or the chest plate. Are you seriously calling an offsides on us? The puck was ricocheted off of the shoulder pad of the Bloomington player over to
Those are two beauties right there for you. Shame you couldn't.
All right, 4 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in this game. The power play has expired for Bloomington, so we're back at even play. 4 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in the game. The Fuel are trailing with a score of 2-1. Dykes tries to get it back in, but it is deflected off the body of Bloomington. Bloomington has the puck against the far edge there. Bloomington's trying to fight with it with Dykes. Dykes trying everything he can to get it out. Puck's not getting out anywhere. It's just kind of staying there up against the sideboards. It's pinned up against the edge there. No stoppage of play. Puck comes up, and Hoster's trying to get it out in front of Borgert. Borgert drops, tries to cover it, but it doesn't get anywhere. Puck comes out, and here goes Dietz. Dietz is going down. He's taking a drive down the ice there. Tries to get it across. No tripping, no nothing. So he gets the puck turned over at center ice. Preston has the puck now. Has it against the near side corner. Dykes around the side. Kerins out, ready to try and help him get it out. Dietz fighting for the position in front of the net. Puck gets popped up against the side corner. Preston steps up and takes the shot on goal, and it's deflected by Bloomington. Dietz tries to get to it again, and we've got a penalty coming up against, I believe, Bloomington for hooking as it's going to come along the side. Hoster going after it, and we've got Hoster going after it along the edge, and we've got a penalty coming up. We've got a high sticking coming up against Black.
59 Black, high sticking.
59 Black, high sticking. So Logan Dietz is going into the penalty box for 2 minutes for high sticking. All right, in for the face-off is Baker with Webb below, Preston and Robbins in on defense. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left. Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with the score of 2-1. Preston tries to step up and get it around, but it's not able to. Bloomington has the puck along the near side boards. Puck is up against the far side corner now. Preston trying to chase it down. Robbins has it in the far corner. Tries to get it away from Bloomington, and he's not able to get his stick on the puck. Baker has the puck now. Gets over into the stick of Borgert. Borgert tries to deflect it over to Robbins. Robbins can't get enough power behind it to kick it out of the zone. Baker tries to get it out. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck up against the boards, and the puck comes loose. Bloomington's able to get it out. Baker throws his body out in front of it. We got a penalty coming up against number 6 against Preston for tripping. Although I wouldn't call that tripping, I'd say it a back check, but I'm not going to say anything like that. All right, 2 minutes, 37 seconds left to go. We're going to be at even strength for 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute, 22 seconds. And then for the remaining 38 seconds, we'll be on a 5-on-4 with a power play advantage for the Junior Fuel. In for the face-off is Smith. Smith takes it, sends it over to Merriman. Merriman sends it up against the near side boards where the Fueler trying to fight for it. But it gets up against the far side corner and Bloomington comes up with it. Bloomington's making a drive across the ice there. Robbins tries to stop it. Craft tries to push him out as well. Shot on goal and it's just wide in front of Borgert. Bloomington trying to cycle around, tries to get to it, but Merriman's pushing him out. Robbins again tries to get it out. Shot on goal is deflected by by Craft. Craft kicks it up against the boards, and it's going to go all the way down the way, and we're going to have icing.
4-on-4. Where are you icing it?
2 minutes, 6 seconds left to go here in this game. The Fuel are trailing the Bloomington Blades with a score of 2-1. Puck is coming all the way back down to the right of Borgert, with Kerins in for the face-off with Craft and Dych on defense. I'm sorry, that was Nelson, and Nelson in for the face-off over to Kerins. Bloomington has the puck, tries to get it centered up in front of the ice. Here comes Nelson. Nelson's trying to get control of the puck. Nelson sends it over in front to Aiden. Aiden Kerins has the puck, sends it through the legs of Bloomington, kicks it over to the far side goal, or far side boards, tries to center it on the back side of the net, tries to send a centering shot, and the Bloomington goalie stops and covers. 1 minute, 41 seconds left to go here in this game. Fueler trailing with a score of 2-1. Nelson coming out, Webb coming in now. Webb's going to take the face-off with Kerins to the back. Craft and Dych on defense. I'm sorry, Kerins is in for the face-off, Webb up top. Kerins wins that face-off, sends it back to Craft. Craft tries to get a shot off, but it's quickly pinned by Bloomington. Craft sends it around the far side over to Webb. Webb is trying to fight for it to get it centered to Kerins. Shot on goal, the puck is out! And he gets loose on it. Craft takes the shot on goal and he doesn't get through traffic, comes around the back side of the net. Puck comes around and Webb tries to send it back over to the side. Kerins is trying to get to it. We are now 5-on-4 now with Craft taking a shot on goal and it's deflected off the body of Bloomington. Dietz hops in now. He's got that ready to go. Bloomington's able to intercept that puck, but they're able to get it out quickly. Dietz chasing it down. Here they go. 1 minute left to go in this game. 20 seconds left to go in the power play for the Junior Fuel. Webb has the puck. He's driving down the far side boards, going in. He tries to look and see who's there. Sends it in deep. Everybody's going in after it. Webb, Dietz, and Kerins over along the side. Webb and Dych and Craft along the near boards. Bloomington comes up with it. Baker comes over as well. We got an open goal, so Bloomington's going to be able to just pop it in the net. No problem. 35 seconds left to go in this game, and Bloomington goes up with a score of 3-1 with an empty net goal.
We're going with 6 guys.
All right, again, another open net to go with.
Hey, I want you to line up right here.
Timeout going for the Junior Fuel at this point in time. Coaches are getting a little heated over on the side. We got a little bit of a heated argument going on right now over on the Fuel side, so we are just going to kind of just turn our attention elsewhere. We're going to turn our attention to one of our parent spotlights, Bobby Nelson. Bobby Nelson, he's one of these parents who is here and helps out all the time. He is our resident scorekeeper. He is our resident scoreboard runner, the whole 9 yards. Bobby Nelson is one of those parents who's just kind of awesome to have around because he's always willing to step up and help out. All right, thanks a lot, Bobby. All right, back to the game. We got 35 seconds left to go. We're going to go with 6 men on the ice with Matthew Nelson in to take that face off. Mason up top, Baker below, Merriman, and Webb and Preston up top and bottom. Nelson gets tripped up and no call for tripping. Merriman has the puck along the far side boards. He's going after it, tries to get to it. He's getting pinned up against the boards with Bloomington. We've got 20 seconds left to go in this game. Puck hits left. Puck gets popped out again. Robbins tries to keep it in, sends it over to Baker, but Bloomington sends it out. It's going to come all the way down. Not going to get to the net, but we're going to have icing. 10 seconds left to go in this game. 10 10 seconds left to go in this game. We are going to have a face-off just to the top of the ice. Just on the top of the ice, just to the left of Bloomington's goalie. Nelson in for the face-off with Merriman up, Mason up top, Merriman, Baker, and Preston. Robbins as well on defense. You'll lose that face-off. Bloomington comes up with the puck along the side. They pin it up against the sideboards, and they kick. They board Mason up against this. Oh, come on. Number 6 has been a problem the entire game. Eject him. Owen Mason got his clock cleaned there on that one. 3 seconds left to go in this game here. A ridiculous hit by number 6, who's been a troublemaker the entire game. This has been ridiculous this entire time. All right, Fuel have 6 men out on the ice. Puck is dropped, and that is the end of our game. All right, that is it for the game here. The Junior Fuel fall 2 games to the Bloomington Blades. It was a hard-fought game, not their best games that they played, but you know, what can you say? Not all of them are going to be perfect. So, just wanted to let you guys know. Again, please come tomorrow. Come to the 11 o'clock game tomorrow at the fuel tank at Fisher's, where you can come and check out these kids play in person. They'll be playing the Columbus Flames. This is our last home game. Please come and cheer these kids on. They're going to need that boost. They're going to need that encouragement to get them through their last home games tomorrow. First game starts with puck drop at 8:20. The second game is at 11 o'clock a.m. So that is our fill the tank game at 11 a.m. So please take your time out of your day to come and watch these kids play, cheer them on, and just really come and see them and support them for their last home game of the regular season. So thank you all for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast despite the outcome. And as always, go Junior Fuel.